Say hello, everybody. It's Vitaly here at Red Barn Productions. We're back, and today I am going to tell you about a dirty little secret that nobody's telling you when it comes to the Roland Fantom. Fantom 6, Fantom 7, Fantom 8. I researched this and researched this because it's not a cheap keyboard, and it's for a lot of us, it's unobtainable. Well, I managed to get mine last year, but we were in the middle of COVID-19 and everything was still shut down. So I got it in and I kind of glanced it over and set it to the side and didn't think no more about it because, let's just dive right into it. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat this. And this may be something that's 100% not important to a lot of you, but to me and a lot of people like me, it's extremely important. You see the diagram right here where it shows the microphone and the synthesizer hooked up to the mic line inputs and shows the little keyboard amp over here is the output stuff. That is a common setup for a lot of gigging musicians. I mean, a lot, especially in really small venues or buskers, stuff like that. It shows the microphone hooked up on one side, synthesizer hooked up on the other. And then you come down here on the input jacks. It says, hey, we included the mic line input jacks, 1 and 2 balanced. And it tells you that it supports 48 volts and all that. The only other information you're going to find when it comes to the mic line inputs is when you go down to the sampling section. And even then, it doesn't tell you how to route the microphone or anything else. I looked in the mixer settings. There's no settings for that. I looked through the owner's manual. There's no information on it. I Googled it. I searched all of YouTube. I searched all of the internet. There's nothing on it. I even reached out to somebody pretty high up in Roland Corporation. And he said, well, that's an uncommon setup. I'm like, it's a common setup that I've been doing for over 40 years on just about every middle of the road and high-end keyboard that I've ever owned. Doesn't matter who makes it. It's I was just speechless. And I'm not going to call his name because I like the guy, but I was literally flabbergasted. That we get into this. What makes this worse? This is their flagship model. At the time of purchase, it was still the flagship model. You couldn't buy anything from Roland that was any better than this. It was their top of the line. And it's marketed as a full-on workstation to where you can create and record music right there on the keyboards without a computer. Guess what? You can't route the microphone into the recording software to record vocals or backing vocals. Not that I can find. Like I said, I reached out. I didn't call. I messaged the guy because he's a friend of mine in Facebook. He's high up in Roland. He didn't have an answer for me, so I called Sweetwater Sound where I got the keyboard. They've always treated me well, and they hadn't never thought about it, but they were trying to find the answer for me, and they were flabbergasted that a keyboard in this price range no longer offers that functionality. Even though they include the microphone, the line mic inputs on the back, that functionality is gone, and nobody's talking about it. Like I said, this may not be important to some of y'all, but it's extremely important to me and people like me. I'm not a musician per se, but I provide a lot of live sound. I have artists come out and record, and fortunately for me, I've got mixers. I can get around it, but I was hoping to be able to do this like I always do, and not have to have a bunch of XLR cables running across the floor and stuff when they're not needed. The Roland Juno DS88 behind me, which I've had a couple of years now, still allows you to do that. It's so important and so for granted that there is a slider on the top of the keyboard there that's specifically for the mic line input. And maybe I'm just overreacting, but I'm not. Tell me what y'all think. If you're a gigging musician and you're a busker and you use your keyboards in this setup right here, where you've got a mic, even if it's just the mic or another instrument. I used to use my Fantom X. I'd bring a microphone in on one and a guitar in on the other, and run it out to either the keyboard amp or a PA. But, if that's you, let me know in the comments. If you have figured out how to do this, let me know. Please, please, please. Make a video, put it up, because Roland couldn't give me an answer. Their answer was just buy a mixer. And I'm upset because it's not a cheap keyboard, folks. It's a once in a lifetime deal for me. If you follow the channel, I did a show, a festival here several years ago. It was out of town and it was a last minute thing, and I had to pay to be there, as far as my travel expenses and a place to stay and eat, and I had to hire stage hands, and then I didn't get paid. So when I came home, I paid everybody that I hired, but I didn't get paid. So when I came home, I had to sell my Fantom X and my last remaining electric guitar and stuff to help pay bills. And I didn't think I'd ever be able to replace that keyboard. I still haven't. I bought the Fantom 8 last year, and it took me several years to save up the money to get it. I was originally saving up for the Jupiter 80, and it got discontinued before I got the money to buy it. So I bought the Fantom 8 last year, and I didn't see any reason to dig into it to specifically see if this would work. I mean, I glanced through the owner's manual, and there was this familiar diagram and stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, nothing's changed there. Good deal, And lo and behold, boy, was I wrong. If I had known this at the time, I would not have ordered the Fantom 8. If I had found this out right after ordering it, I'd have sent it back. But it's too late to send it back now, and it is what it is. It's a great keyboard in a lot of ways, but I don't understand why they dropped the ball on this one, because you can't even route the microphone into the recording software to when you're recording a 16-track song. There's nothing in the mixer section to do it. Like I said, if you have found a way to do it, let me know. Make a video, share it with me. I'll support your channel because I'm at a loss. But there you go, folks. If you're thinking about that Fantom 8 and this particular setup is important to you, you might want to start looking for another keyboard, because this one ain't it, as near as I can tell. And I searched all of YouTube. I searched the internet. I reached out to Roland Corporation. I reached out to Sweetwater. Nobody has an answer for me. So till next time, y'all stay safe wherever you are in the world today. I'm out of here.